the way that I found out about these games is that oKhaliD told me, he said, yo, Johnny, I got 1800. You're definitely going to want to watch the games. I'm paraphrasing here. I don't remember exactly word for word what he told me. But in essence, he told me, you're going to want to check out these games that I played against apparently Jack in this climb to 1800. He said that they were, really, really good games. And if you want to watch more apparently Jack versus oKhaliD gameplay, you'll find 3 recent replays between these two. Well, they're actually recorded live. They're not even replays on Jack's channel. They're just live with live commentary that he recorded it. And you can watch the replays there, or you can watch the games there as well. I'm not going to cover those 3 games. You have to go to Jack's channel if you want to find them. So yeah, definitely do that. So yeah, let's just get into them and see what happens. Because if oKhaliD tells me that games are worth watching, he must mean it, because he's never done that before. He's never ever told me, hey, you should probably check out that replay. It's a good game. So there must be something to this. Let's see what we have. Jack taking a 1-goal lead in 4 seconds here. Thank you, by the way, to Thermometer for the 2-month Prime. Welcome back. And also Bro Bean with the 15-month Tier 1. Welcome back to you. And Ethan Bird with the 32-month Tier 1. Always a pleasure to watch oKhaliD play. You're absolutely right, it is. Oh dear, is Jack missing open net? Yes, indeed. And I can already tell you, okay, there is no live commentary recorded of Jack in this game. He didn't upload this one. And he didn't upload any of the ones that I'm going to show you tonight. But what he would have said at that moment is, oh, we've got an open, and that's an open net for us to miss, of course. I feel like what do you guys reckon? I feel like my apparently Jack voice is getting better, but hey, he's pretty good at scoring into defended nets. 2-0 Jack early on here. Remember, the setting of this game is, at this moment that this game was played, Jack was, I believe, rank 1. And he was not very far away from 1800. Now, oKhaliD was probably rank 2 or 3. I'm not sure exactly what he was at this point. But he was probably like 1740, 1750 kind of rank. And yeah, both these guys trying to be the first person to reach 1800 in Season 2 of Ranked. And both of them are going to have to fight each other for it. I think Daniel was also looking to get that from the NA server, but he didn't have anyone else in the top 10, I believe, to play against. What a flick by Jack. Oh my goodness. That's a huge flick. And you'll notice that Jack didn't actually use a reverse 45-degree flick there to generate massive amounts of power. He's just done quite a traditional one. It wasn't even the new style flick where people are air rolling right or left while backflipping. That was just a good old-fashioned front flip flick with a bit of a delayed air roll setup. And now oKhaliD's got the flip reset. It's becoming more and more mechanical in this in his recent games. It's really cool to see. Artrillion, thanks for the 19-month, actually 22-month of Tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. FeedRL, also 3-month Tier 1. Pog, appreciate it, man. Check out this. oKhaliD with an air dribble now, and Jack's definitely been a little bit caught off guard by that. Did I say AppJack was going to co-commentate these matches? No, I didn't say that. It's currently past midnight in the UK, so Jack will be sleeping. He's in the middle of the last regional event. Well, they just played the first day of the last regional event for Europe today, and they're playing the rest of the regional this weekend, starting tomorrow. So yeah, Jack will be fully focused on making it into, well, as far into that event as he can with his Team Dignitas. Good luck to him. But what I did say, and I'm going to keep saying it because I really can't stress enough how much you guys need to do this. Subscribe to Apparently Jack on YouTube. Watch his videos. He has live commentaries of his games that are very similar to the one you're currently watching. Absolutely the highest level of ranked Rocket League that you can watch with live commentary. So yeah, massive shout out to Jack for making that content, and I can't commend it enough to you guys. You think this game is on his YouTube? I don't think this one is. Because I've watched all 3 of the oKhaliD Jack games that are on his YouTube, the recent oKhaliD Jack games that he has uploaded, and I decided that I'm not going to cast those. So if you want to watch them, you're going to have to go there. I'm not going to show them to you. I have the replays, not going to stream them. So you're going to have to go to his channel if you want to watch them. And now oKhaliD sneaks in a rush challenge. Jack's struggling a little bit in the mid-game here after a good start. Young, thanks for the 19-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. Really appreciate that. That was really unfortunate there for Jack. He had oKhaliD beat to the ball. Oh, what a shot. What a save as well, though. But I don't think he's going to have the follow-up save. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, my goodness. I said I wasn't going to cast this, but it's hard not to when things like this happen. Yeah, the kickoff before that was actually really unlucky because oKhaliD's kickoff recovery was a little bit slower than Jack's, but he did manage to pit maneuver Jack and take Jack away from the ball. Sick defense by Jack, holds on, and now, oh my goodness, oKhaliD's recoveries. What control there. Double touch on his own back wall to send the ball to the corner. And a very nice sideball recovery to get a quick shot that Jack couldn't catch up with. Speaking of quick shots, there's one as well. Is oKhaliD playing faster than usual? I think oKhaliD looks extremely confident recently. There was a while last year where he didn't look like he was all that confident. You know, Goldmine, I don't think oKhaliD played very well compared to what we're used to seeing from him. There were a couple of games here and there outside of tournaments as well that I just thought he didn't look like he was, especially like ranked games that I casted, I was like, he looks like he's playing very slowly and very controlled compared to the dominant force that we saw when he first burst onto the scene. But recently his confidence is right back. He's been rank 1 pretty much all the time. A few players have been able to take it away from him for a couple of days at a time, but for the most part oKhaliD's been extremely good. But these guys go back and forth. Jack and oKhaliD are almost dead even in their ranked games. I do think though that oKhaliD has a better record against other players than Jack does. Jack drops games here and there to players who oKhaliD just never loses to. He's the most consistent player against the Rocket League high ranked player base. Yeah, Jack's getting really caught off guard here at the end of the game. oKhaliD's aggression just unrelenting despite the fact that there's not a lot of time left in the game, and he's sitting on a 1-goal lead. But Jack also knows when he needs to push, and that's a great play. The only way that he was winning this game, the only way that he's getting back into this game, is if he attacks the ball there. So that's exactly what he does. He knew that running away to the mid boost would not actually result in a win. A huge bump for Jack, but can he get the ball up into the air here? Needs a big flick, and that's not it. Oh no, Jack. Oh no. What a disaster. These are some good goals in this game. But yeah, pretty tense overall. Good start from Jack. oKhaliD steamrolled the mid game, and then Jack stabilized, unable to keep the ball up in 0 seconds. That is a real shame because overtime here would have been huge. Someone was asking when were these games played. They were played on April 5th, so one of the last days off the ranked season. But yeah, just for people who are tuning in wondering why the chill vibes, I'm not trying to lose my voice. Well, I'm not trying to, strain my voice too much before I cast RLCS this weekend. I don't usually cast on Thursdays late at night. Want to take it a bit easy here, but also we have 7 games, and I'm worried that if I really get into this, we're going to end up yelling a bit too much here because I've been informed that these are really good games. So far, that has been the case. Acro, thanks for the 2-month prime. Welcome back to the channel, man. And Nice as well with 2-month prime. Appreciate you. Tagath with the 33-month tier 1. Oh my goodness, what a save by apparently Jack. And he's got the ball chase as well. Has he missed this? Don't tell me. Okay, Jack, listen, I thought he'd missed that one as well. He did it in the last game. If he'd missed this, I would have been so upset for him because he always seems to do this. He always has one open net miss in every game that I see of him recently. But he played extremely well with that goal line defense. Am I going to host another 1v1 event? Of course, I absolutely want to do that. So, I'm always planning something. Don't worry, guys. As soon as we're finished an event on my channel, like we finished the European Invitational last year, immediately started planning Fusion, finished Fusion, immediately started planning Salt Mine 2. Well, actually, Salt Mine 2 is already being planned and run as Fusion was happening, so those two overlapped a bit. But yeah, as soon as Salt Mine 2 is finished, started making plans for Smug. The Smug is finished. making plans on the next thing. That's all I can say right now. Hopefully I'll have more news on that soon. I'm always excited to bring new events. Whatever seems to be the most interesting event to me. It's usually what I like to do. These are some unbelievable saves by Jack here. Just the fact that he's been able to read that and save it quite comfortably. I mean, it wasn't a really comfortable save. I'm sure you had to react to that one with no time to spare. But he did it perfectly. And now oKhaliD transitioning. Clean open net finish by him. Does oKhaliD have a YouTube or Twitch? No, he does not. oKhaliD does have a Twitter though. So usually put that in the YouTube descriptions of any video that's got him in it if you want to follow him. He never tweets. I think oKhaliD's like the modern day Cuxer 97. He's Middle East Cuxer because he doesn't stream. Well, you know, Cux used to stream, but he didn't for a long time when he was in high demand, and he still is in high demand and he doesn't. But yeah, oKhaliD doesn't stream, doesn't make videos. He has a Twitter with tons of followers, never tweets. So yeah, he's got a lot of fans though, that's for sure. If he did stream, he would immediately become one of the top streamers in the Rocket League directory. So Jack's up by 3 and has a good position here. Unfortunately, it hasn't led to another good position afterwards. It's a bit of a mistake there by Jack, because he could have very easily kept this under control, played a bit of a safer shot and stolen the boost, played the long game. I think that would have been the play there, to be honest, instead of what he did end up going for, which resulted in a turnover of possession. oKhaliD hasn't tweeted once, really? I think he did tweet before. Maybe he just deleted his tweets. Maybe he didn't want to get cancelled in 20 years when somebody looks back and, you know, something that he said now is no longer allowed to be said. Some people don't need the money. It's kind of like preferences, you know? oKhaliD just barrels through Jack. Once again, he just picks the perfect times to not flip into the ball. Yeah, it's at oNZXWI. That's oKhaliD's Twitter, indeed. When did I first get into casting? I first casted a game when I've told this story before, but I can briefly tell it to you guys because I'm sure somebody's listening who doesn't know. Yeah, one day I was streaming ranked 2v2 with Scrubkilla back in the day when Scrub was too young to be able to stream on Twitch. And then Marky Duda, who they're both good friends of mine. He asked Scrub if he wanted to play private once. Scrub told me about this, and I said, yeah, go for it. Go on, what are you waiting for? Get out of my rank games, get into Marky Duda 1v1 private matches. So they did, and they were kind enough to let me watch. And yeah, if you can call it casting, I casted the games. That's how I started. Casting, but I didn't really cast them so much as just talk about them, kind of like what I'm doing here, and people really liked it because there wasn't really any content like that at the time, so it was highly requested, and I just kept doing it. I enjoyed it, people enjoyed watching it, so I just kept on doing show matches. And Jack, listen mate, you're making me very nervous with how close you are to missing these open nets. But yeah, I was going to mention as well earlier, I've seen far too many apparently Jack 3-goal leads against oKhaliD get decimated to ever be confident in a Jack lead these days, and that's nothing on Jack. I don't think that it's him really. It's just the inevitability of playing against oKhaliD. He always finds a way, just when you think you're fine in the matchup. Oh Jack, no, you're joking. Oh no. I mean, I told you guys, there's always one. Oh, that was such a good play as well. Jack did so well to pop that over oKhaliD. And then he's just missed the open net, quite simply. There was no reason to miss that. But he panicked. Another bit of information actually that Jack told me about these games, I forgot to say it up until now, is that he was coming into these games, he went into this ranked session off a weekend break from Rocket League. I believe it was after a regional event for Europe. He took a couple days off, or a few days off, if I recall. And yeah, he's maybe got a little bit of rust on him with those open net misses. But to be honest, I see Jack miss like an open net often enough. Jack's just got lost here. He needs a map. He's in oKhaliD's corner and he's forfeited the game. That wasn't me. Yeah, Jack's just like, what am I doing? Why am I in oKhaliD's corner? Did he just forget? Like, I don't know if this ever happens to you guys. It does happen to me sometimes. Like, if you're just not really paying attention to your game, maybe you're watching something on the other monitor and here you are, orange team, and you're like, okay, kickoff, right, let me get this boost and then let me defend my net. Here comes oKhaliD. Okay, let me defend my net. Oh wait, no, I'm on the wrong side of the pitch. He's actually shooting this way. Oh, I'm an idiot. Because I've done this before. I don't think that's what happened here. I think Jack just made a bad decision. I think he just went too far away from the ball, didn't realize that oKhaliD could turn the ball around as quickly as he did, missed the boost, and then realized, yeah, I'm definitely not going to catch that. So that's the second game there. Both these games definitely not good results for Jack. Bear in mind that when this happened, this would have been, around about the change of rank 1, handing over of rank 1. I think with the points disparity that these two had going into this ranked session, that right there could have been rank 1 changing hands, but not 1800. Not 1800. Just rank 1 changing hands. Let's get into the third game. No breaks between these games. They were both just queuing. Jack's just missed 2 open nets in 2 games. He doesn't care. He's queuing again. He's got to get back on that grind. He wants his rank 1 back. I think at this moment, oKhaliD took it from him. How many games will I be watching? We're going to be watching this one and then 4 more. We're going to be going all the way until the end. I mean, the fact that this stream title is how oKhaliD got 1800 kind of makes it obvious who's going to win the last game, but we're still going to watch them. Oh my goodness, you're joking. Oh, this is so unfortunate for Jack. Like, nothing's going right from here. These games are so unlucky. He's getting decimated. Oh no. Again, he had an open net, but he was forced to miss that one. He did get bumped into the ball. It wasn't an open net miss. Is Johnny going to address Worlds? I'll talk about it after. I'll tell you what, guys, because I know a lot of you guys probably have questions about it, and I honestly don't think there's that much to talk about with it. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but sure, I'll answer questions from chat after we're done looking at these ranked games. But right now, I want to get through these. I want to, watch these ranked games. So we won't go off on any Worlds tangents at the moment, or lack of Worlds tangents. We'll save that for after we finish watching these games. So Jack gets one back, and even though the last couple of games, even this game, have had unfortunate moments in them for Jack, he's been competitive in both of them. But oKhaliD's outplayed him there. That was a smart run for the boost in the corner. Jack did not anticipate that move. Fade to Black, thanks for the tier 1. Welcome to the channel, man. Really appreciate it. Great play there by Jack. This on the last goal from oKhaliD. Jack was unable to usher oKhaliD off the corner boost. That time he was. These battles for corner boosts are huge. oKhaliD and Jack especially, they're two players who are never going to just concede them for no reason. What 50-50, look at this. oKhaliD getting a taste of his own medicine there. Who would I say is my favorite ones player to watch? I don't think I have one favorite. Well, I think, okay, I would say since we get to see Jack, Jorias, Astral, Fairy Peak, since we get to see all those guys in RLCS all the time, I would say that, getting to see players like oKhaliD, Ahmad, and Fahad, all the KSA guys, getting to see them play ones is probably a little bit more interesting. Same things with like Ashley, like players who basically the really high level ones players who are not in RLCS. I think they're the ones that are my favorite to watch because we get to see a lot of the RLCS guys. That's not to say, don't get twisted, that's not to say that I don't like watching Jack and Joria's games, Fairy Peak games, Astral games. Those guys are all super fun to watch as well. As you guys know, I've casted countless games for all of them and had a great time doing it. Yeah, it's got to be the KSA guys for right now. KSA, Ashley, you know, they're the guys I'm really interested in seeing play, because can't really get to see them play anywhere else. Maybe I'm missing someone, so sorry if I've forgotten a name, or if I've accidentally omitted someone from my list here. As you guys know, there's a lot of players I like to watch. Yeah, with oKhaliD and Ahmad, of course, are the two that are most standout, because they're like, well, actually, a lot of people who are newer to the Rocket League scene and newer to the Rocket League 1 scene will mistakenly think that oKhaliD is like the godfather of the KSA region, when that's not actually the case. But I'm sure a lot of you in chat know who the godfather is. Beautiful shot there by Jack, just have to mention. But yeah, who do you guys in chat know is the godfather of the region, the first KSA player to prove himself against European players? Yeah, a lot of you guys know is Ahmad. He's the guy. The first time I cast it, Ahmad, I can't remember how exactly his name was spelled, but I think it was something like IAHMDX2. It was a nonsensical name, but you know, a lot of the KSA guys have numbers in their names, and they all have like X's in their names, so it made sense. You know, his name was ridiculous, but I knew his name was Ahmad. I couldn't say it as well as I can now. I still can't say it properly, but I used to probably say it completely wrong. But the first time that I saw him play was he was stream sniping Scrubkilla, and Scrub was getting really mad because, you know, Scrub's streaming, so therefore it's inevitable that he's mad. But he was getting mad because he wanted to get rank 1, and it was proving to be quite difficult because players like Ahmad were sniping him and taking the occasional game off him. So I think at one point when Scrub lost, he called out Ahmad to a show match on my channel, to which Ahmad accepted. So Scrub was streaming the show match as well on his channel, and after 3 games they decided for a best of 5. After 3 games, Scrub was losing 1-2. He was actually on facing double match point. So he went offline, Scrub turned off his stream, and then he proceeded to win the show match 3-2. So he actually beat him. But I was extremely impressed by this Ahmad. I'd never seen him play before that night. I hadn't heard about him, or hadn't heard much about him. I think I'd seen the name but didn't really know anything about the guy. I was extremely impressed that he was able to you know, be a match for Scrub and be a contender against Scrub, who at that point was top 2 in 1v1 with Fairy Peak. It was Scrub Fairy. They were the 2 guys to beat, I believe. And yeah, that's how I found out about Ahmad. I casted a bunch of his series. Obviously, in the world of 1v1, oKhaliD has surpassed those achievements, but they are both extremely exciting to watch. Back then, Ahmad played quite a grounded style. He was very quick, very mechanical, but very ground-based, very dribbly and very shooty. Nowadays, he's just an aerial monster. Flip reset in every single ball with ease. So yeah, he's really transformed, and yeah, they're the 2 guys I think that most of the KSA scene look up to. oKhaliD for the ground game and Ahmad for the aerial game. But yeah, that's how I found out about them. That's the origin story of like me getting into casting their games. The first time that I ever casted oKhaliD, I believe, was a 2v2 show match. Wasn't it the Canada versus KSA 2v2? I think it was. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this one. It was an unbelievable series. Canada was Taroko and Grills, who were Taroko. All of you know Taroko, rogue pro player, and Grills was a substitute player for Taroko's team back then. Plot twist. So they were the 2 highest rated Canadian players in the 2v2 rank ladder. I think they were both top 10 or top 20 or something. And then of course oKhaliD and Ahmad were the highest rated KSA players. They played a best of 5 on the EU servers, which is pretty even ping. Obviously the KSA guys have got more experience playing with that ping, but you know, it is worth mentioning the ping's pretty even. But yeah, I don't think Taroko and Grills up until that point, they were not ready to face oKhaliD and Ahmad, who were just unbelievable. If you haven't ever seen that series, by the way, go check it out. It was in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. But the mechanics on display there, I mean, I saw on the First Touch podcast with Arsenal as special guest. I can't remember if it was Dazzer and Roldiz or T-Bates who asked Arsenal, what does he think about SRG? And Arsenal, I'm paraphrasing here, but, he said something like, those guys, yeah, they're good. They can definitely take it to some of the EU teams, but if they came to NA, they'd get smashed. It's a running theme with NA players these days. They say that if anybody came to their region, they'd get smashed. But yeah, he also said that he just doesn't think that they've got the mechanics. He thinks SRG and the KSA teams are kind of just 1v1 players, and they don't have the mechanical ability. But I'm just gonna say straight up. I'm just gonna say straight up right now that I disagree. And if you want evidence of this, you can go watch KSA versus Canada 2v2 from 2019. The mechanics on display in that series by the KSA players, oKhaliD and Ahmad, are better than current day Space Station gaming. I'm actually not joking. I think they're better mechanically than SSG. SSG would probably beat them in a 3 series because there is more to 3s and mechanics. I've been recently bigging up mechanics, but yeah, Space Station are ice cold these days. But yeah, they're not only better mechanically, they've been better. If you went back in time, if Arsenal went back in time 2019, they'd still be better than him. Shots fired. Hey, I'm just being honest, man. Like, the KSA guys have got mechanics. They don't lack mechanics. If you're gonna go and call them out about something, make it anything but mechanics. Those guys, they're the best mechanical region. Let me repeat that. KSA is the best mechanical region. I'll say it again, because I know that there's probably still some, NA fanboys in here who think that they're daydreaming. Slap yourself. You're awake. KSA is, or not KSA, Middle East is the best mechanics. They have the best mechanics. There you go. Now I've said it 3 times. Nobody's missed it. But yeah, Incivic tweeted out, I was talking to Incivic the other day, and I told Incivic about this, and he was like, oh, that's, he found it funny. Obviously a lot of you guys will know Incivic. He's a big supporter of the Rocket League scene, big supporter of the Middle East region. He's done a huge amount for the Middle East region in Rocket League, and just for Rocket League streamers and content creators in general. Awesome guy, super down to earth, good friend of mine. But yeah, I was chatting to him, and I told him about this, and yeah, he thought it was really funny, so he decided to tweet out NA versus ME. That's it. That's the tweet. And to be honest, I want to see it. I want to see it. Arsenal can't go on First Touch podcast, call out Ahmad's mechanics, and then not take him on in competition. So it's got to happen, guys. It's got to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's got to happen. NA versus Middle East is, like I said, is pretty fair ping. It's pretty even. Unless you're US West. US West versus Middle East isn't really possible. But US East versus Middle East is almost dead even. There is no ping advantage. And in fact, there is the element to it that the Middle East players are more used to playing with the higher ping. But their internet's also kind of garbage. I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched Ahmad streaming. But my goodness, when I watch that guy stream, I'm like, I don't know how on earth he does this, because the lag that they have to put up with is, to me, I look at this and I'm like, that's unplayable. I mean, I could not play like this. I don't think anybody who's used to playing with 2040 ping would be able to play with this. It's unreal. They don't just get high ping, they have the worst internet I've ever seen. It's so bad. So yeah, I think it would be pretty fair overall, NA versus Middle East and Europe servers. I want to see it. I want to see it. We got to see it. Forget NA versus EU. How about NA versus ME? Oof. Pause for a second. What was that shot from Jack? That was delicious. That was a beauty. Full volley. Not much of a run up, but he sends it flying into the top corner. Very nice recovery there by oKhaliD, though, to nab the mid boost. Daniel versus Ams. Yeah, come on. You can't say Daniel versus Ams as a counter argument to Ahmad versus Arsenal. Those are 2 completely different matchups. And I'm exaggerating a little bit. I don't think it's. I think probably, to be honest, I was just trying to trigger a few people. I'm sorry. Sorry for triggering people. It's just too. It's too. I mean, I enjoy it too much. I can't stop myself. But no, I think 2021 SSG would probably be more mechanical than 2019 SRG. Yeah, it is pretty close though. those guys are pretty good. Even 2 years ago, it's pretty close. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Yeah, anyway, how are you guys enjoying these games? I'm not sure why we ended up talking about all this stuff. I didn't plan this at all, but we've ended up talking about lots of different things. Oh my goodness! I'm starting to realize why oKhaliD said I need to watch these games. This is unbelievable defense. We've had it all. We've had open net misses. We've had some of the sickest saves I've ever seen, and we're still getting clutch endings as well. oKhaliD's equalized. These are unreal. Imagine these two. I think right now we're currently looking at rank 1 Jack, rank 2 oKhaliD. They're both on like 1880. No, sorry, they're both on around 1770, 1775, that kind of point range. On the grind to 1800. They both want it, but they can't both have it at the same time. Oh, is it going to be oKhaliD? It looks like it is. That's just too good. It's just too good. Perfect flick, to be honest. It's better that he's hit the bar than scoring, because if he puts that directly on target, it's more likely that Jack will get a touch on it. So I mean, yeah, not much you can do there. Not much you can do there. And with that win, oKhaliD took back rank 1. I think actually when I looked at the end of season leaderboard, or when I noticed that oKhaliD had 1800, he had 1800. And Jack had 1730. So the passing point must have been 1765 actually. So that was probably around about 1760 versus 1770, with Jack being ahead of him. And now they've switched places. So this will be oKhaliD, who's now somewhere around about 1770 or 1775. That kind of points total. Jack 10 behind. oKhaliD starts off this game. Nerves are getting up there as 1800 becomes ever so close for both players. It's kind of a shame. I mean, well, it's a shame in a way, but also we do get to watch the games now, so at least we have this. It's not the worst possible case, but I was going to say, how many of you guys would have liked to see this rank 1? Oh, Jack, what a save. What a save. I don't think he scored this. oKhaliD's recovery is there, but more insane defense from Jack. I was going to say, how many of you guys would have liked to watch this rank 1 battle live on stream at the end of a season? How many of you guys would have liked to see that? Type 1 in chat if you would have tuned into apparently Jack's stream. Obviously, if he's streaming. Oh, look at this. Oh, I've never seen that before. They were perfectly in unison. Rear to rear. oKhaliD was advancing, Jack was going backwards. This defense though from Jack. He had no boost there, but he still managed to read oKhaliD. Speaking of reading oKhaliD, oh my days! Jack! What on earth was that series of plays? I mean, talk about the zero boost pre-jump in defense, but holy cow. I mean, oKhaliD wasn't wrong, man. He wasn't wrong. Oh, he's been done there. Jack is absolutely on fire. What a goal. That is two of the... I mean, you can't get much better than that. If you have to pick 2 consecutive goals in ranked and put them in a montage, yeah, why not those? You've got the mechanics, you've got the mind games, though. The pre-jump read. Oh, he's done him again. Jack, why are you not uploading this to your YouTube? What? Oh my goodness, Jack, man. Again, I have to say to you guys, I'm going to keep repeating myself here, and I'm not sorry for it. Subscribe to Jack's YouTube channel. Watch his videos. He has videos of him against oKhaliD that I'm not going to show you tonight. I've got the replays, but I'm not going to stream them because I know he's got videos on them. Go watch them. But I also know he doesn't want to make videos on these, or at least as far as I'm aware, he wasn't going to upload these. Don't know why though. I mean, my goodness. The amount of mind games that he just... The amount of soul reading that he just pulled off. All 3 goals. Monstrous reads. And he's not going to fall for oKhaliD's attempt at the same thing. Thank you, Brecco. Everybody give that link a click. Oh, oKhaliD's definitely feeling the pressure. He just missed a totally open net there. Wonder if that's, you know, the fact that he's just gotten rank 1 away from Jack. Is it the fact that he's so close to 1800? Is it the fact that, you know, this is the end of the season? Is it the fact that Jack's been inside his head this game from the get-go? Or is it a combination of all those things? I would guess it's probably the combo. Jack's played a great game here. Unbelievable game. And of course he's not going to miss that. Too easy. 4-2. Yeah, he could have clickbaited with oKhaliD in the title again. I saw Jack's tweet about that the other day. It was hilarious. He's like trying to find ways. What did he tweet? He said, I'm trying to find ways in every video to put oKhaliD's name in the title for the extra views. He's not wrong though. I mean, that's the, you know, that's the thing about a player like oKhaliD. He's probably the most popular player right now, who doesn't stream, doesn't make videos, doesn't tweet, doesn't do anything. He doesn't care to do any of that either. Is that anyone who plays against him, they've got content gold. To anyone who can get their hands on the replays, more content gold. So more mind games from these guys. It's like something out of I mean, I'm looking at the way these two are, you know, kind of dancing through the air. They take off together, they come down together. Oh, Jack, man. Are we gonna have to just watch this entire game again? What on earth are these goals? This is truly unreal. Apparently Jack taking it to another level here. Yeah, I'd love to hear Jack's thoughts on this game in particular. So out of all the games we've watched, this one has had the most mind games in it. Absolute art. Just watching these two try and read each other. And these two trying to keep up with each other's moves. Oh no, it's another goal! Oh, Jack. What is going on, mate? What is going on? From the best player in the world to own goaling on a routine save. Smart play to stay with this one though. You want, you know, even though the pinch isn't likely to go into the goal, has to stay on that ball. Oh, he gets another touch. Yes, this is the best game ever in ones. Oh, it's definitely up there. I mean, we've been blessed recently with quite a few games in that category. Oh, get out of here. What is... Okay, I take it back. This might be the best game ever in ones. What is this? Oh, you're joking. The own goal pull shot. oKhaliD actually just bumped Jack into that, and it's gone flying into his own net. Not really much he could do, though. I mean, nothing else that oKhaliD could do there. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. This game is something else. This game is something else. 3-goal lead for Jack with 52 seconds left. They might be able to make it 4 here. Should be able to make it 4. oKhaliD's demoed him, and he saved it. And now Jack's in a very awkward position, but oh my goodness, straight for the counter demo. Okay, hold on, I've got to keep right-clicking here, because I've beamed it. Just give me a second, guys. There we go, we're back in the game. Accidentally right-clicked, and when that happens, the camera goes weird. But I have to right-click about 5 or 6 more times to get it fixed. Oh, yeah, Jack's just had this one. He's really been in full control, start to finish. You can never let your guard down against oKhaliD. Like I said, the amount of 3-goal comebacks I've seen this guy make. And, okay, well, even with 10 seconds left, got to be so careful. Jack might go for a wave dash recovery kickoff here. No, he's just going to play it standard, and that is going to slow him down a little bit. It's actually going to give oKhaliD a goal. Okay. Now Jack really might want to go for the wave dash recovery kickoff. He was winning by 3 with 10 seconds to go. He went for the wave dash recovery kickoff. oKhaliD delayed his approach. He's got it up. Has he got the goal? Oh, you're joking. What? How did that bounce up? How did that bounce up? You are kidding me. What? Yeah, we're going to have to just run this one back. We're going to have to run this whole game back. We actually have to see every goal again. And he's done it. He's actually done it. The madman has done it. Okay. Yeah, I can see, I am starting to understand why after this ranked session, KhaliD told me, oh, you've definitely got to check out those games. Right, do we just watch every single goal one more time? I think we do. I think we just run it back. Let's just replay every single goal. Sorry, but you're going to have to wait a couple minutes, guys, before we get into the next one. Because this is just something else. So first of all, let's see everything that has a notification on the timeline here. We'll take a look at. First of all, this save from Jack. Unreal. And then KhaliD scores a flick goal. We're going to skip ahead. Oh wait, we have to see this actually. Look at this pre-jump save by Jack. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. This is after he's made an in and out save. Fakes a jump. Takes off with almost no boost. Wave dash recovery. And almost, actually does score with the sickest read ever. So I mean, crazy. And that's just one. If you just tuned in, you're going to want to see this little spree of goals here. This is just the most disrespectful goals from Jack. It's that little love tap. He just boop, just taps him. And then he sits there because he knows it's in. He doesn't even, you know, he could have cracked the ball one more time, but he just sat there. It's phenomenal stuff. Let's go ahead again. I think we had one more mind game goal from Jack. Just unreal. Just absolutely inside KhaliD's head. I don't think this goal was anything too crazy. Just, yeah, KhaliD just winning the war of attrition, getting it done. This is obviously a great save. Jack reading the fact that KhaliD was delaying his shot, trying to go underneath him. Yep, dishing off the back wall. The fact that that's one of the more normal goals tells you a lot about this game. Yeah, here, I think Jack wanted to bump KhaliD, but KhaliD knew that, so he just waited for Jack to go past him. Oh, okay, yeah, this is nuts as well. I feel like every single goal in this game is absurd. How does he still have his dodge? What on earth? Like my... Nah. When I play Rocket League, I don't have a dodge this long. No way. No way. We have to see this from KhaliD's POV as well. Like, every time I jump, yeah, there's absolutely no way that he thought he had a dodge there. Super delayed. You guys want to see another one of KhaliD POV? Is he flip cancelling? I believe he is. Yeah, if you listen to what happens here, or watch the flip, do you guys see that flip? It doesn't go all the way through immediately. He's cancelling the first part of the flip, and then he's letting it finish. So he's only cancelling the first half of the flip. I've seen Evampel do this a lot. So he cancels at the start of the flip to slow down the dodge right here. And then he'll let go of cancel to make it like kick up quickly at the end. Super hard to read. Very, very hard to read. All right, let's go next. Oh, pain. Pain. Absolutely nothing but pain. Next. Yeah, good save by Jack here. Very good save. Even better save. Just have to watch that again. How does he save this? Honestly, this game. I mean, about halfway through, I was tentative to call it the best game so early, but it might be the best game. This might be the best game ever played. Is it better than Jack Joria's Game 7? Hard to say. They're both good games. Then Jack got a kickoff goal. Okay, let's go to the end of the game here. So, like I said, you can never count out KhaliD. 99.9% of Rocket League players would have left the game. They would have forfeited probably 30 seconds ago. Yeah, true. Jack Joria's was played in front of like 20,000 people. So there's a bit of a difference. So this kickoff here, I want to talk about this because I thought on this kickoff, Jack would do a wave dash recovery kickoff because I've seen him do it a lot of times whenever he's at the end of a game and he wants a safe recovery. He wants to just make sure that he stays relevant in the following play for the next few seconds after a kickoff happens. He goes to the wave dash recovery kickoff. But he did decide to just go for a standard one. Maybe he expected, okay, if I just go push through the ball on this, I'm pretty confident. I'm kind of curious. Sorry to rewind, but I need to know, what did Jack do? This is the kickoff that he scored with. Watch this. So he hooked it. So Jack actually, he hooked the kickoff that he scored, and then he tried to big brain, I think what happened here is he tried to big brain KhaliD. So watch this. oKhaliD tries to hook it as well. They both try and hook the kickoff. They both end up flipping in opposite directions. And I want to show you guys something about this. So I've talked about this many times, but this is a good example of showing it. When both players flip in opposite directions like this, kind of whoever commits more to the side of the ball usually wins. And you see how side on to the ball Jack is when he connects with it? And oKhaliD is quite central at the point of impact. I'll rewind just a little bit here. Whoever commits more to the side of the ball when both players end up flipping in completely opposite directions will win. And as they're coming in, oKhaliD had a bit of a side-on approach, but he corrected it last second. He goes quite in the middle of the ball, ends up, well, he's inside the ball right now because the replay couldn't correctly calculate where he was, but that's not actually what happened server side. But yeah, he ended up quite center. Jack was more committed, wins the kickoff. So that's why he won it. But now we're going to talk about why he did what he did, or why I think he did what he did. Maybe he just forgot. I don't know. Maybe he just forgot that what he was planning, or maybe he didn't think that he would lose a kickoff goal. But remember, I said that both players hooked the kickoff, and Jack scored a goal. Now Jack is probably expecting oKhaliD to change his strategy because he just on the previous kickoff to this one got scored on by a kickoff goal. Jack scored a kickoff goal, remember that. So, well, it was 2 kickoffs back actually, but yeah, he scored a kickoff goal. I don't know if he'll be able to recall it. I'm curious actually, what did he do in this one? Because maybe he did a good kickoff here as well. Yeah, he hooked that one as well. And oKhaliD, I think oKhaliD did change in this. Yeah, oKhaliD did. So, the kickoff before this was a Jack goal. They both hooked it. Jack won. Jack hooks it again here. oKhaliD tries to push it and loses again. But he does make it back with a huge demo save. So, I think what Jack is doing here in this kickoff is he's trying to like just surprise oKhaliD. Think about Jack. He's won the last 2 kickoffs with hooking styles. So he's thinking to himself, right, I'm going to switch it up because he won't expect me to. So now Jack goes for a push style kickoff. See that? He's trying to push the ball into the side of the field he didn't spawn on, expecting oKhaliD to be weak on that side, because obviously oKhaliD just lost 2 kickoffs to the hooking style. Must be, you must expect him to compensate. But oKhaliD actually doesn't do that. He stays extremely side on, has more commitment to Jack. Jack was expecting them both to be flipping the same way here, and for him to win it. I think that's what's going on here. And like I said, this is the kickoff I thought he was going to go to at the end of the game, the wave dash recovery, because when you do the wave dash recovery kickoff like this, you can get back into the game. But the problem is, oKhaliD, he managed to trick him again. He didn't even go for a normal kickoff. He slowed down, blocked him, chipped it up into the air, and somehow managed to double touch it in off the curve. I mean, I don't know how this stays up. How did he do this? That is 0 seconds. We're 0 seconds on the clock. How does he do that? How on earth? That might be one of the most precise touches I've ever seen. I mean, let's look at this from a side-on angle. Okay. What? That's all on 0 seconds, guys. That's all on 0 seconds. Look at that ball. I mean, most precise lucky shot. What's lucky about it? I mean, I guess there's an element of luck that it stayed up in the air, but he aimed at that, so is it luck really? No, I think that's just perfection. The fact that he's managed to hit the ball into the curve, unreal. Absolutely unreal. That's just crazy. I don't think anyone else in the world would even still be in the game to be trying this, but of course, oKhaliD goes for it. And then, yeah, final kickoff of the game. oKhaliD just committing even more on the outside of the ball, and Jack at this point, he won the last 2 hook-style kickoffs. He lost a push. What does he do? Lost a wave dash. He goes for a push, but he went for a lot of commitment, but oKhaliD committed more, so he wins it and ends up winning the game. Jack, again, wanted that wave dash recovery to keep relevant. Can't keep up. Boost advantage is too much. Insane. Absolutely insane game. massive shout out again to Jack for for oKhaliD for recommending me that I try and look out for these games somewhere, and Jack for sending them to me. But hey guys, there's 2 more. We have 2 more replays. We're not done. I'm gonna go into the next one. But remember, going into that game, I think at that point oKhaliD was rank 1, and now he's rank 1 by a larger margin, and he just got one of the sickest comebacks against Jack. So it's obviously going to be pretty hard for Jack at this point to dig deep and come back. Jack, even after a little break, couple of rusty open net misses, but still playing extremely well. Hey, Smellsworth, thanks for 5 gifted. Hopefully you had a good stream tonight, man. You don't know why you decided to do once on stream, but it was fun. Yeah, at least it's fun. We've just been watching some of the best ranked games I've ever seen. Although, really, I mean, that last game. Okay, little pre-flipper from Jack to kick us off here. Yeah, that last game that we just watched. One of the best games I've ever seen. One of the best games I've ever seen. Played between rank 1 and rank 2 at the very end of a season. I mean, that's just so hype. So hype. Now, oKhaliD's missed an open net here. It was only somewhat open. He didn't have a lot of time with that one. Haven't I reviewed these before? I've never seen these games. I have never seen this. Never reviewed this. Haven't watched this off stream. So no, I've not seen this game before. Look at that from oKhaliD. He just knew when the boost was coming up. Waited in the corner. Could see, okay, the ball's going back towards my goal, but it's fine. I will be able to pick up this boost and get there to save it. Now Jack flies into a post pinch save. More crazy defense by Jack. He's coming up with some very unique strategies in these games, especially when he's on low boost, this being one of them. oKhaliD couldn't catch up with it. Do you think these games are the same as show matches, both extremely intense? I wouldn't say so, because yeah, for me there's a difference. When I watch a show match, sometimes a player will realize that they're probably losing, and they'll just kind of play out the rest of the game with an experimental style, or maybe they'll just keep on playing in a way that they know isn't going to work because they don't want to reveal their next big plan to their opponent until the next game starts. In a ranked game, there's a lot more instant adaptation happening on the fly, because everything is just it's a whole pile of best of ones, and you never know if this is going to be your last game against that player on any given day. And as you guys know, anyone who's competed and anyone who's ranked in Rocket League, if you beat somebody 3 times, then in the last game you play them one more time and they beat you, it's not going to really feel like the best set of games. Everybody wants to win the last game. It's the classic saying, can't finish on a loss. So these guys are trying every single game till the very last seconds, as evidenced by oKhaliD's comeback 10 seconds to go. And not only do they have rank points on the line, these guys have got rank 1 on the line. They want to be rank 1 at the end of the season. Monkey Moon was able to get rank 1 in 2v2. I think, did Sipical get rank 1 in 3v3 at the end of last season? I think he did, not sure. And oKhaliD, of course, did get rank 1 in 1v1 with a ridiculous over 1800 points finish, which is absurd. Has anyone else ever been 1800 in 1v1, or is it just oKhaliD? Because I know he got it in the season, was it season 14? Whatever season it was that we did the Salt Mine 2 qualifiers in, that season oKhaliD got 1800. I don't know if he got 1800. Did he get 1800 in season 1 as well? He got it in season 2 of this new reset. Season 14. So yeah, season 14, oKhaliD got 1800 for the first time in ones. No one had done that before, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, I don't know if he did it in season 1, but he definitely did it last season, season 2. That's a great 50-50. oKhaliD has taken over 3 minutes to score a goal in this game, thanks to Jack's unreal defense. But he does get one. Yeah, S4, he got 1800 in ones and 2550 in twos. Yeah, quite a few players have had 2500 in twos. And he's not the... I don't think... Does oKhaliD have the record for the highest twos rank ever? I know he's got a lot more competition for that one. In ones, he's really only got, Jack trying to take that away from him. Maybe Daniel, if he's feeling like it these days. Great save by Jack again here. Do I think oKhaliD can get 1900 in ones? I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Let's just say this. I wouldn't put it past him. But I don't even know if 1900 is possible. At some point, if your next highest competition is over 100 points behind, you're only gaining like, 2-3 points for a win. So it's so difficult. Like, it would be technically possible, but realistically, I don't think it would be realistically possible. oKhaliD's made another comeback here. Remember, I said he took over 3 minutes to score. Now he's scored 4 in 30 seconds. oKhaliD has got that kind of same aura that Fairy Peak had back in the day. All it takes is one goal, and then suddenly just goal after goal after goal are flying past you, because the pressure that he's able to put out, his style of play is very similar to Fairy Peak's in the day, back in the day, where it was just volume of shots. Like, there's flicks, there's shots, there's mind games, there's 50-50s, there's boost steals. Everything is just getting piled onto you after kickoffs. He doesn't waste any time. It's just, oh, I've won the kickoff and now you're in defense. So constant pressure. And even when he is dabbling with aerial plays, ceiling shots, flip reset plays, air dribbles, he's recovering and making another go at it. Like, here we are, oKhaliD's still attacking. It's been constant attack since the kickoff. Jack is still just trying to stabilize, and now here he comes with a chance of his own. Not a lot of time left in the game. After defending so bravely, Jack has had to say goodbye to yet another goal lead. oKhaliD times his challenge to perfection. That might just be a 6-3 lead as he sneaks it in. Nope, Jack did have the bottom corner covered, but he didn't expect oKhaliD to turn early here. Jack, with not a lot of time left in this game, expected oKhaliD, he's forfeited here, he expected oKhaliD to back off, and he was hoping that oKhaliD would back off so he could at least give it a go on the dribble, maybe get a kickoff goal equalizer, but not meant to be. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the game that put oKhaliD within one win of 1800. And this is the game when he got it. Let me just set it up for you guys. Took a while to load there. I was supposed to get it to load as I say that dramatic intro, but it loaded for like 5 seconds, so I kind of ruined it, but it happens. Beautiful setting for it, of course, Forbidden Temple. Yeah, what have you guys thought of this so far? I mean, was oKhaliD right? Type 1 if you think he was right. These were worth the watch. What do you guys reckon? As for me, it's a 1. It's got to be a 1. I mean, he was spot on. Yeah, I love the fact that it wasn't just him. I mean, this is the great thing about both of these guys. I've got a ton of respect for oKhaliD and Jack. Jack, because he had these replays, he could have just told me, oh yeah, nah, I didn't save those, didn't get him. But no, Jack wasn't against letting people see someone else beat him. Even coming off a 4-day, 3-day, I can't remember what it was, break, going up against the most fearsome ranked ones player, he's still putting his putting his games out there. Community content. And I will repeat one time again. Oh, that's a nice shot from oKhaliD there. But yeah, I'll repeat again. You'll have to go to Jack's YouTube channel, and I encourage you to go to Jack's YouTube channel to watch the other 3 games between these two. The non-1800 grind games. There were 2 that happened before and 1 that happened after this little section of games I'm showing you today. And you can find them on Jack's channel. I've got the replays, but I'm not going to stream them because I want you to go to Jack's channel and watch them. I want you to go to Jack's channel. And he's got phenomenal live commentary of those games. Brilliant insights. So again, thank you, KingSpectre, for linking the channel. Everybody should be subbed to Jack on YouTube, because without him, we wouldn't even have these replays. And he's uploaded even more games between these 2 unbelievable players for you guys to enjoy. So definitely give him all the support, all the love, and all the respect. But likewise, I wanted to say, oKhaliD as well. Gotta respect this guy, because he's had, huge crushing wins against many players where he's looked unbelievable, and he's played great games and just looked untouchable. And I've casted numerous ranked games where he's been that guy, just dominating. he's never sent me or told me to watch any of those games. He's never, said, oh, you should check out this game. I, beat X player, Y player, beat them 10-0. I played really well. Never before has he told me, oh, these games are actually worth watching. And it's not just because he's been incredible in these games, which he has. It's Jack as well. I mean, some of the creativity and defense from Jack has been a joy to watch, and the mind game battles between these two. I mean, look at this again. Jack, he's down by 4, but he's found a way to turn this flip reset into a solo shot in the near post. It's just brilliant. Yeah, these guys played against each other so much that they almost know each other's every move, it seems, but even though that's the case, they still find ways to constantly trick each other. And in fairness, I also want to say Jack was pretty unfortunate in the first 2 games here. I mean, yeah, he had a hand in his own demise with a couple of open net misses. But yeah, there were also a few moments where it was a bit unfortunate for him with the bounces not being kind to him. I think KhaliD bumped him a couple of times and got good results. When you bump someone at high level, you never really know if they're going to go flying or if they're just going to shrug it off like nothing happened. A few times KhaliD got Jack really good. There's nothing much you can do about that. Yeah, phenomenal games as always, as we've come to expect from these two. I still, like I've said many times, have them as 2 of the best 3 in the world. Jorius is the only guy on the level of Jack and KhaliD. And I don't think there's maybe Fairy Peak close on his day, but I think they're consistently those three are a level above. Lovely catch there by Jack. Look at the accuracy as well. KhaliD somehow saved it and stayed with it. How good of a goal would that have been? But Jack will have to watch KhaliD now dribble it into his open net. Talking about ones, right? Yeah, I'm talking about ones. 1v1. Jack, my top 3 is Jorius, and then Jack, and then KhaliD. I've said why, but I'll say it again. It's because in tournaments, Jorius has beaten both of them in their last meetings, and Jack beat KhaliD in their last tournament game. Love to see them match up again in another tournament though, because I'm sure KhaliD wants his revenge. I'm sure there's a good chance he could get it with how well he's been playing recently. But in a tournament setting, in a series, it would be, I think, a coin flip matchup. I think Jack, Jorius, and KhaliD are all pretty much coin flip matchups in series, because they can all adapt, they can all pop off, they can all play unbelievably clutch under pressure. So they're my top 3, and then after that, Fahad, Fairy Peak, Astral, Dead Monster, Revsy. I think they come next, and I've got your Trex, Zamwe, Monkey Moon, Ahmad. They're like next in line, all based in tournaments. Of course, there's other ranked players these days who are insanely good. No more so than Ashley, who's been consistently top 10, even top 5 now, and taking games off Jack here and there, going very close with KhaliD. You farmed Scrub, who's 10th in the ladder right now. So yeah, I think there's other players like Ashley and several other players as well from Middle East who are up there and are contenders these days. Yeah, TRK, AMS, Rawas, all these guys are very, very high level, but their tournament results aren't there yet to put them in a top 10, top 12 ranking. Fahad, I do have Fahad. Fahad has tournament results. He won Goldmine. So I think Fahad was one spot away from qualifying for Salt Mine 2, and then he won Goldmine. So actually Fahad does have tournament results. He's not one of the guys who's really high level without tournament results. I actually do have Fahad in my top 10, somewhere between 4th and 6th. Yeah, GG's. I think at this point, Jack and KhaliD, or maybe Jack, I don't know, but yeah, at this point they know that that is the game that gave KhaliD 1800 at the end of the season, and I'm sure Jack would congratulate him on that and say you're welcome, because yeah, without Jack queuing, it would have taken KhaliD a whole lot longer to get rank 1 and to get 1800, because he'd have to farm much lower rated players for less points a game. So I think Jack just decided, you know what, one of us is going to get 1800, let's just play a bunch and see who it's going to be. And yeah, on this day, KhaliD had the better of him. Like I said before, they go back and forth. Some days oKhaliD wins, some days Jack wins. This day oKhaliD was something else, just ridiculous. And I mean, the point where it really just looked like it was beyond Jack. These first 2 games, Jack was a little bit rusty, a little bit unlucky, and oKhaliD was just too crisp, too clean. Beat him. 3rd game, Jack cleaned up his act, gets 1 win. 4th game, oKhaliD wins again. Now this 5th game, this could have been a game that puts Jack back in the running and even ahead, I believe, of oKhaliD. Or if not, then very close. And he was winning by 3 goals with like 15 seconds left, and somehow oKhaliD managed to clutch it. From then, 3-6, 4-8, not as close in the last 2 games. I think after losing this game, it's pretty hard to go for a hard reset and to play your best. So understandably, oKhaliD just proved to be too much. But yeah, on this day, it was 6-1 overall to oKhaliD in games. But like I said earlier many times, and I'm going to say it again, there are actually 2 games that they played pretty close to these games before these games happened, and there's one even more recent game in the new season between apparently Jack and oKhaliD, and you can find them on Jack's YouTube channel. Please go watch them there, because 6-1 is not a accurate representation of how their overall all-time scoring ranked looks. And I'm sure if Jack hadn't somehow lost a 3-goal lead here, it would have ended up being very close here as well.